Hello everyone. Settle down. I'm going to explain a situation. It involves toilet talk, so be warned. To start off, you have to hear me out. I may be autistic. Like, not derogatory in any way. I genuinely just might be. That being said, I have a hierarchy of movie theaters that I frequent. My absolute favorite, that's not super close to me, but close enough, is an AMC movie theater. In terms of sound and picture quality, along with premium formats, it can't be beat. Yes, I am an AMC Stubs A-list member. It's worth it. The next theater on my hierarchy list used to be a Regal theater. Then it was a Cinemark, then like a mom and pop theater. Now what I loved about AMC, especially the one that I frequent, it shows the weird and artsy movies that are like on my radar usually. If I lived closer to like a weirdo mom and pop theater that would always show like old art house films, that would definitely be my top. Like New York City has all these like little theaters that always show really old movies that are so cool. Anyways, it's kind of, the mom and pop theaters that are near me are kind of bland. However, moving on. Within that hierarchy, there's another list. A smaller hierarchy, if you will. It's about bathrooms. I judge bathrooms secretly. The space, the layout, the stall and urinal quantity, the quality of stall and urinal. I'm mapping it all out in my head, man. From the moment I step foot in a restroom to the moment I leave. I want that experience to be calculated and quick. I don't think I'm the only one to do that personally, who just likes hanging out in a public restroom. And as I go further in this story, emotions are involved. You're probably like, oh, for the hierarchy, you know, if it's clean, if there's enough space, if it's spacious, if there's enough room, yeah, absolutely. But I've done the math, and I have a favorite stall, man. And this is where it comes to the situation, my favorite stall at my favorite AMC movie theater. The AMC theater bathrooms, they check almost all the boxes. It's spacious, there's a lot of room to move around, a lot of toilets and urinals. Hell, there's even 2 restrooms. It's perfect. The stall that always caught my eye, it wasn't the cleanest, it wasn't closest to the door. No, it's the fucked up stall in the middle. The stall in question had a real fucked up door that was barely hanging on, and it barely shut. I'm gonna be so for real. Some drunk guy was probably trying to like climb on it one day and did some like serious damage. The AMC never fixed it, and I shit you not, would always use that stall. At first, when I initially used the bathroom, it pissed me off that it wouldn't lock and it wouldn't close properly. I'm being so for real, like the door is diagonal. It's that bad. And someone could just so easily stare at me through the humongous crack on the side of it. But over time, I just always gravitated towards it. It became a tradition to use the stall before my film. One thing I loved about that stall is that if you unclasp the lock just right, the stall door would burst open and like shoot out like a rocket. If an innocent person was walking by, they would break their nose on the door. It was that fast. I obviously would always check before experimenting with the door. I'm not crazy, but I was always fucking with that door, man. I one time tried to really see what was going on with the door, like how it got that fucked up, and to be honest, like there were screws missing. So yeah, it was safe to say I was very much in love with that stall. There was a subtle elegance to it that just allured me. Anyways, a few months ago, I went to see a movie at the AMC. It's kind of obvious. I went to take a piss at my usual stall, and the door had like a white tarp over it and it said out of use. I kid you not when I say my heart dropped, like wide-eyed, like I saw a ghost, cause I knew they were about to fix the door. I pissed in a different stall and walked out devastated. A friend of mine had changed. It was like the feeling of someone you deeply cared about wasn't gone, but just different, forever changed because of circumstances. What's so interesting about all this is that I couldn't talk to anyone about this. Like, sure, I could bring up that my favorite toilet that I would play around with like a 5-year-old got fixed. Like, after that, I wouldn't really have friends to talk to. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I guess what this story time is all boiling down to, I realized I could make a tribute to the stall on this channel, almost like a funeral. So with that in mind, I just want to say here's to the good times, to all the piss, and to that one time I drank a pop rock infused alcoholic drink and shat my brains out. The stall was there for me, probably because no one else used it. This one's to you, my dear friend. Anyways, thank you for listening to me talk about this absolute nothing of a topic. I honestly needed to get this off my chest. And till next time, this was story time. Bye.